Well, our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com. Breaking news. Third would-be Trump assassin plotted with Telegram account linked to a Ukrainian cell number. We're talking about this Ukrainian plot to take out our president and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Well, my name's Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today, Jason Sullivan reports that the third would-be Trump assassin plotted with a Telegram account linked to a Ukrainian cell number. We've identified the account and individual it's registered to. Check this out, as we know that Ukraine has long awaited Trump's arrival with disdain, not wanting him to come into office simply because they didn't want him to be president. That being said, a newly unsealed FBI affidavit reveals that 17-year-old Wisconsin native Nikita Kasap, who murdered his parents, stole $14,000 in cash, and plotted to assassinate President Trump using a militarized drone, was communicating via a Telegram channel with an overseas phone number registered to Vodafone Ukraine, one of the country's largest mobile carriers. You can see that there. The Telegram account linked to the overseas phone number, +38, registered under Vodafone Ukraine, was found to be communicating in a Cyrillic script, specifically written in Ukrainian language. Telegram's surname, Poma Biktov, I don't know how to say that. Oh, it translates to Roman Viktorovich, the shadowy figure linked to a foreign cell guiding a would-be Trump assassin. How we confirmed it was Ukrainian, not Russian? Well, the country code +380. +380 prefix is the internationally recognized country code for Ukraine, confirming the phone number is Ukrainian in origin. The mobile prefix 050 specifically identifies the number as belonging to Vodafone Ukraine, one of the country's leading mobile operators. Telegram display name as the Roman Viktorovich. The presence of the letter I is key. The letter I is used in Ukrainian, but not in modern Russian. Russians use whatever that is. I don't know. But that being said, Ukrainian also includes unique letters like I, E, and R. I'm sure that's not what these letters are called, by the way. I'm not Ukrainian. I have no idea how to pronounce this stuff. You don't either. So why are you judging me? You don't either. They don't appear in the Russian alphabet. Script usage and context. The Telegram user under this number also communicated with Nikita Kasap in Cyrillic script, as confirmed by the FBI affidavit. The linguistic patterns in the message observed align with the Ukrainian Cyrillic orthography, not Russian. Now, the affidavit clues. The FBI affidavit references that at least 2 individuals Kasap communicated with wrote in Cyrillic. Cross-analysis of the names and phonetics, especially his name, confirms Ukrainian spelling. Now, that being said, these are just some of the chilling communications uncovered between 17-year-old would-be assassin Nikita Kasap and multiple Telegram accounts, including at least 2 that communicated in the Cyrillic from Ukraine. Now, as a part of his diabolical plot, Kasap brutally murdered his mother and stepfather to steal $14,000 in cash, money he intended to use to acquire a customized militarized drone capable of dropping and detonating an explosive device in an attempt to assassinate President Donald Trump. He actively coordinated an escape plan to Ukraine, even asking one handler if he could still live a normal life there, even if the world found out what he had done. One of the Telegram accounts instructed Kasap on how to hide the bodies of his parents, advising him to drag them into the basement to avoid detection. According to the FBI affidavit, he was also given specific instructions on how to swap out the license plate on his stepfather's vehicle to evade law enforcement, along with a carefully mapped out escape route that took him from southeastern Wyoming through Kansas and a waypoint near Pumpkin Center, Oklahoma. Okay. That's weird. Why would Ukraine be trying to kill the president? Well, Ukraine clearly was plotting to kill President Trump. We know that. This isn't the first time as well. But Ukrainian intelligence, allegedly here, was working on assassinating President Trump. Maybe because he's withholding the money and wants to end the war. I mean, that's really what it is. And then you ask yourself, is it really Ukrainian intelligence? Or is it the Crown and the Fabians? That's a good question. I don't know. That being said, right now, you guys got to understand that MyPillow is having 2 sales. The first is a closeout sale on Percale bed sheets. Any size and any color, just $25. That's right. You can even get Queens, Kings, Split Kings, and California Kings, any size and any color, just $25. There's 11 colors to choose from, and when they're gone, they are gone. The second sale seems odd maybe to some of you guys, but you're not going to think it's odd when you see it. There's a new premium energy drink that is called Rev 7. And it's not bad for you. It's actually healthy. Yeah, an energy drink that's good for you. Well, it has no sugar, no caffeine, so you don't experience those jitters and crashes that we've all been through with other energy drinks. What makes Rev 7 so special is that it's powered with Cognizin, which everybody knows, right, is a premium nootropic that helps fuel your mind. It's also a primary ketone BHB, which provides the most efficient and cleanest fuel ever. MyPillow is so confident that you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time, you can try their introductory 3-pack absolutely free. These amazing deals won't last long, so order now. Go to mypillow.com, mypillow.com. Use promo code Elijah or call 1-800-210-8491 today and get yourself some Rev 7. Now, that being said, Democrat House Leader Hakeem Jeffries openly disses his strategy of DNC Vice Chair David Hogg. There is water in the ship, and it's sinking fast. Check out this video we have of this interaction. You tell me what you think.
David Hogg, who I know you know, a vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, he's going to be joining us on the roundtable, and he is pursuing this effort to unseat some Democrats in safe seats through primary challenges. He's talked about a culture of seniority politics that is not working for the party. He said, quote, "We need a better Democratic Party and need to get rid of the Democrats in safe seats who do not understand what is at stake now, who are asleep at the wheel, not meeting the moment, and are a liability now into the future of our party." What's your response to this idea of targeting some of your Democratic incumbents?
Well, I look forward to standing behind every single Democratic incumbent, from the most progressive to the most centrist and all points in between. They're working hard in their communities, rising to the occasion. This past week, we had, of course, a Medicaid Matters Day of Action, a Safe Social Security Day of Action, and we have to continue to do all of the things. Rallies, town hall meetings in Democratic districts, town hall meetings in Republican districts, days of action, telephone town hall meetings, site visits, press conferences. We are in a more is more environment, and more is going to continue to be required of all of us. Now, the House is the institution that is known to be, was built to be the closest to the American people. That's why we have elections every 2 years. Primaries are a fact of life. But here's the thing. I'm going to really focus on trying to defeat Republican incumbents so we can take back control of the House of Representatives and begin the process of ending this national nightmare that's being visited upon us by far-right extremism.
Oh, Hakeem Jeffries. Who would have thought that David Hogg wouldn't have been the right choice? Would you not have been the right choice for running anything? He's from Parkland, down the street from here, actually. Some say he wasn't even at the school on the day of the shooting. Some say, not us at this publication, but some have said, was he even there? I don't know. I've met David Hogg, actually. I have met him, and I once pretended to be an NBC reporter to get an interview from him, and broke into his event, actually, lied about my credentials, because this is what investigative journalists do. And then everyone was wondering if he was at the school. I asked him to his face. I was on recording. I did a bunch of BS questions. I said, were you actually, people say you weren't at the school. Obviously you were. Where were you on that day? And then his handlers grabbed me and physically threw me out and tried to break our camera. It's not a joke. So he never answered the question. David, were you even at the school the day of the shooting? Because you've grifted off that for a long time. Children died, particularly white and Jewish children, which, of course, America gets mad when our kids die. So were you there? I'm not making any claims. I just want to know. All right, that being said, FAFO, George Mason University student who called for violence against Trump administration, gets evicted and referred to law enforcement by school. Mike LaChance reports. A student at George Mason University, zoom that in there, student at George Mason University in Virginia named Nicholas Alexander Decker recently published an essay calling for violence against members of the Trump administration and Trump supporters. Yes, it's been evicted from his apartment, and the school referred his essay to law enforcement in order to, words, he is entering to find out phase of his life. It's amazing how the left thinks nothing of calling for violence over politics when they don't get their way. Nicholas Alexander Decker, a leftist blogger and student at George Mason U, who is calling for the killing of members of the Trump administration and its supporters, has been referred to law enforcement by his university. You know what? By the way, good idea. If you ever want to get out of your lease early and you don't know how to get out, you either pay a big fee or call for violence against the Trump administration. They'll get you out quickly, right? You'll be gone. I'm trying to get out of a lease right now, so it's like you're giving me bad ideas. Now, I would never call for violence. It's so dumb. It's like, look, man, I have to say it on the show here. I always have to say it. I have to clarify. I understand how sensitive these things are. If you're like, I'm not calling for violence. I'm not condoning violence. Like, this is a very well understood thing because free speech is free, but criminal speech is not hate speech. It's the intention to do criminal activities, particularly with violence, right? So if you threaten to kill someone, that's endangers somebody's life. Telling someone they don't need trans hormones is saving their life, right? It's different. They'll say it's endangering, but like, we're not stupid here. It's like, yeah, you can't go around telling people you're going to murder them. But if you want to call them, gay or something like that, I mean, is it nice? Maybe not, but it's free speech. So maybe don't try to get people killed. It's just a random suggestion on this weekend or this week. It's a Tuesday. If you want to stay out of jail, don't try to kill people. That's the hard-hitting news today. As you can see, I'm really into these stories. All right, that being said, 41-year-old wannabe G.I. Jane sues the U.S. Navy after failing to become first female SEAL. I don't have time for this. I literally, what is this? She looks like a transgender. Look at that. 41-year-old Long Island attorney is taking the U.S. Navy to federal court after claiming recruiters deliberately dragged their feet on her application to become the first female Navy SEAL until it was too late. Amanda S. Reynolds, a self-prescribed Viking-like warrior, has filed an age discrimination lawsuit against the Navy, accusing officials of stalling her application process long enough for her to miss the service's age cutoff. I'm just finding out there are women U.S. Navy SEALs. Did everyone know that? Did you know that? Look at my producer. He did not know that. I didn't even know that there were women allowed to be SEALs because there's this crazy thing called gender and sex differences. And also, ma'am, bring that up. You're old enough to be my mother. Okay? If women were allowed to be in SEALs, which apparently I'm finding out they are, maybe I sound dumb to some of you because I didn't know that. There's a big difference of women fighting to not be in the kitchen, but do we try to put them into complex combat action in extraction missions in the Pakistani mountains? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Can't have everything. So I'm not claiming that this network or anyone's telling women you can't work. A lot of women work at this network. I employ women. Okay? But I really hope if I ever get kidnapped in the Kandahar region by some sort of insurgent group that this is not who comes and breaks through the door, because we are screwed. We are not getting out. You know what I mean? We're not getting out. Ma'am, I don't need to read the story. You're not going to win this, okay? If I was on the jury, I would just laugh. I wouldn't even be like, okay, so yeah, you're against this. You know what I mean? I'd be like, that's crazy. That's a crazy stretch. Wow. Anyway, obviously you guys know, if women are running in these fields, then probably we have a testosterone crisis, and we do. Men's testosterone is at an all-time low, which means they're not performing well sexually in bed. They're not as interested in sexual activities, which again, if you're a Christian, you should be interested in sexual activities, but have self-control. There's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. The decline can result in persistent fatigue, diminished strength, reduced libido, mood swings, and an overall loss of vitality, keeping you from feeling your best. Take control of your vitality with Man's Edge from Neutronics Labs, the natural solution to support healthy testosterone levels. Man's Edge is more than just a standard booster. It combines powerful ingredients like fenugreek, IGF, NO2, and more to help you feel your best. Plus, studies show that fenugreek can raise your levels up to 46%. Plus, it has 46% better absorption, or up to 98% actually, when you do it in this form, which is a carbon form that goes under your tongue. I have a bottle right here. It's a little... It's called a tinker. What is that called? A tinker? I don't know what that's called. The little thing on the top. I apparently don't know anything today. But you pull this out and you drop a couple drops under your tongue and you go on an acid trip. No, I'm kidding. It's not that crazy. But it does work over 6 months, and it does actually boost your testosterone. And paired with lifestyle changes, you will see an increase in your grit and your ability to perform well as a man in all areas, including the private side. Go to tboostnow.com. Use promo code Elijah. Save 50% on auto ship. Buy one, get one free. Or you can also get an extra 15% off as well. So it's up to 65% off when you use my code Elijah at tboostnow.com. Promo code ELIJAH. Check it out today. Go away, Joe. Furious Democrats want former President Joe Biden to stay out of the public spotlight. They had stated directly, this is a quote from Hakeem Jeffries, "You never were in the spotlight. Even when you were running for president, you were in a basement. Stay there." Was he ever in the spotlight? I don't think he ever was. I don't remember Joe Biden really ever being much in the news. I don't remember talking about him. Yeah. I don't think he was around much. But Joe Biden is desperately trying to remain relevant in American politics, and he recently gave some disastrous remarks in Chicago and is reportedly trying to charge $300,000 for speeches, which I'm sure he'll actually get. Democrats who are still furious about their 2024 loss want Biden to just go away and stay out of the public. Every time Biden appears in public and he opens his mouth, the American people are reminded that Democrats and the media openly lied to the public about his mental and physical decline. Breaking, the Democratic members are angry with Joe Biden, do not want him to see the public eye any longer. According to Joe Biden's former communications director, Democratic figures and even the former First Family's aides are saying that former President Biden needs to stay out of politics. He never was involved in politics. He wasn't even the president. It was a fake election. Like, he didn't even win. You know? Where'd the 6 million votes go? Why is it always 6 million votes? You know what I mean? Where'd they go? They just made a number up arbitrarily, and those voters weren't even around when Kamala Harris was around. People said, well, they died. I'm like, yeah, they were also dead when they voted for Joe Biden already. They died in 1922. You know, are we stupid? Does no one know what's going on? Some days like today, I'm just tired of the news cycles. I'm just like, are we really got to talk about this? Like, do you not get it yet? How many more articles do you got to read until you just get it, right? What's going on? It's a fake government, fake elections, and we're controlled by other countries to fight their wars. Do we not get what's going on in this nation? Come on, people. Is anyone America first? I don't think anyone in the government's really America first right now. Maybe besides Massey. I mean, Massey might be the only person I know of that's America first right now. I know Gateway Pundit's America first. I know Jim Hoft is America first. I know people that are private citizens that are America first, but I don't know a lot of politicians that are America first. It's just a true statement. Anyway, if you're as fed up with the bullshit as I am, then maybe you should support the Gateway Pundit, because we're trying to fight and expose this stuff. Make sure you sign up and you use our mug club. You don't get this drink. You can get this at Costco. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's called Spindrift. But if you want to have a mug like me, or pick up a few. It's great gifts for anyone you know in your family that watches the Gateway Pundit, reads Gateway Pundit. You can get these mugs by joining our mug club at thegatewaypundit.com. My name is Elijah Schaffer. You can find me at elijahschaffer.locals.com. That's my social media. That's where everyone can find me and follow me. It's a locals page, but it's where all my stuff is. So you can find all my X account, Instagram, everything right there. ElijahSchaffer.locals.com. Have a great rest of the week. And may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.